Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a great day for transformation. It is indeed a great day for transformation. Thank you for joining us another morning with another morning manifestation session. I am elated to be with you this morning and share with you on your journey of transformation, your journey of evolution, your journey of elevation. I am Samion, founder and leader of O.N.E Transformation Center, where we celebrate humanity. It is our task, our intention to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe, to rebuild families, to really speak life into and give life to, give permission, reconnect, and realign our mind, body, and spirit. To support us in the remembrance that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. That's what we're about. That's what we stand for. Take a moment as you come into the stream to like, share, and subscribe, regardless if you are listening live or listening to the replay. We greatly appreciate it. It allows us to be able to be available to more, to become visible to more who are seeking this type of support, who are seeking this type of partnership, who are seeking this type of alignment. So for those who are joining us for the first time, I say welcome. It's our absolute pleasure to join you on your journey. You know, we say that we use the word transformation not in the space that we're looking to change you into something. It's not our goal, it's not our ambition or our responsibility to change you. However, we're here to support you as you make the decision or as you continue to invest in your own transformation for however that may look. And so, we just invite you to join us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, for updates. Like for instance, I don't know if you guys saw this last night. If not, you can also see it tonight. The planets were in alignment. They were in alignment. You had, I think it was Jupiter over here, and then the moon, followed by Venus, Mars, and Saturn. 5 planets were in alignment. So, I couldn't help but to think, if these planets, these big solar existences, are able to align, why aren't we? Why can't we? I don't think it's a matter of can't, it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of choice. So I challenge us to make the choice to be in alignment, with God's vision, God's will, to be in alignment with our best and highest self. It's not impossible, it's a choice. You know, I once had a saying that, you know, if not, as knowledge is power, ignorance is no longer bliss. It's a decision. So the question is today, what are you going to decide to be? Who are you deciding to be? Where do you desire to go? What are you choosing to be in alignment with? So today, let's see if we can get some answers to those questions. So we're going to begin. Oh, first of all, for those who are rejoining us, thank you for allowing us to continue to be a part of your journey. As I always say, we're elated, we're honored, we're privileged to partner with you. So for those who aren't aware, in this next 20 minutes, we will do an oath of manifestation which speaks life. The oath of manifestation is here to speak life into us. So frequently we are surrounding ourselves with things that are taking from us and rarely does it give to us. And many times we're looking for that gift outside of ourselves. If we can just take a moment to realize the gift that we desire comes from within us. So, we use the oath of manifestation to remind us of the power that exists within us. For we are created in the image and reflection of God. That means a lot if you really take time to digest what that truly means. That means that there's something that's invested in us that has the ability to actualize a space, a power that created this entire universe. And there is a power, there's an implicit power in the words that we speak. I challenge you. When you say, I can't, do you understand that you're right? Do you understand that in that moment you have made a decision not to do a thing, to disqualify yourself from the ability to do a thing? Not that it is impossible, because nothing's impossible. I like to think that the word impossible, impossible, if you separate it, it's saying I am possible. I'm being the abbreviation of I am possible. Then we follow that up with a affirmative word. Now in this affirmative word, we will be reminded of something that moves us. That's something that is instructional to us. That if we will just place it, allow ourselves to place it into the core of our being and become that word, we'll begin to see a transformation that we never expected, an alignment with things that we thought were impossible, not available, that weren't an option. We'll begin to see a change that occurs beyond us, that impacts our communities, our households, our communities, our work relations, our states, our countries, our regions. We'll begin to see more of a reflection of heaven. We'll begin to see the God in each and every one of us. So we'll move in that space, and then we'll move to an affirmative prayer or a prayer of gratitude. So let's begin. We're going to begin with oath of manifestation, and I want you to speak this with absolute conviction. You know, they used to have a saying that says, fake it in corporate America, in corporate world, it says, fake it until you make it. Well, I want you to believe it as you receive it. I want you to know it, to move beyond the mustard seed of faith and move into a space that is knowingness. I want you to trust that this is working for your best, your absolute best, and highest good. All right? Let's begin. As we begin, let's take a moment and begin with 3 deep breaths. 3 deep breaths, where we will inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouths. And as we inhale, we are welcoming new opportunities. We're welcoming everything that supports our best and highest good. And as we exhale, we are eradicating, we're removing those things, those people, those places, that ideas, philosophies, the energy that no longer supports us. We're letting it go. All right, let's begin with an inhale through our nose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. This time, hold it for 4 seconds. Inhale through your nose. And release. Now join me in declaring the following. You may see it on the screen. Read along with me. And we declare, I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and in the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have and grateful for all that I am ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. And so it is. Take a moment to really sit in this space and realize, understand what you just participated in. That which you've just spoken into your life. Realize and allow it to seep down into the very essence of your being, to your cellular level, and allow it to penetrate your DNA and begin to become the change that you desire to see. For this is for you and for this moment. Fantastic. As we prepare to move into the as we prepare to move into uh, the reading of the day, prepare for our affirmational reading and prayer of gratitude. I want us to, if you haven't already, just take a moment and like the stream from wherever you're checking in from, wherever you're checking in from. And we're going to, the word of the day comes from A Course of Miracles, lesson 88. A Course of Miracles, lesson 88. If you look in the stream, I have provided a link so that you can go and read this for yourself. But lesson 88 is a reminder, it's a review of lessons that we've already gone through over the last 2 weeks. And it comes from lesson 75. Today we will review 2 ideas. The first of these 2 ideas are the light has come. The light has come. And it reads, in choosing salvation rather than attack, I merely choose to recognize what is already there. Salvation is a decision made already. Attack and grievances are not there to choose. That is why I always choose between truth and illusion, between what is there and what is not. The light has come. I can but choose the light. I can but choose the light, for it has no alternative. It has replaced the darkness, and the darkness has gone. Let's break this down just a little bit. Many of us have bought into the illusion of attack. We've bought into the illusion of grievances, and we think that these things, whether us attacking someone or being under attack, is of greater importance than salvation. And there's others of us who have equated attack and grievances with salvation. I'm here to share with you this morning, today, that salvation is not something that needs to happen. Salvation is not an action that needs to be performed. Salvation is something that has already been done. Salvation is not this knight on a white horse coming in with the cavalry to save the day. Salvation is something that has always been prevalent and present within us. It is only when we choose to ignore it that we buy into the illusions of attack and grievances. That is why we have the option in every moment, in every decision, to choose between truth and illusions. Well, some may say to, well, how do we know the difference? How are we able to differentiate the difference? One is constant, unchanging. The other is temporary. And forever, the goalpost is forever being moved. It's constantly being reanalyzed and repositioned, creating a new narrative to sustain its value, to sustain its importance. If something needs to sustain its relevance, then it is not real. It is an illusion. For one thing we know that is evident is the will of God is constant. It's continuous. It's been tried and proven. You can try to escape it or ignore it, but yet it stays and remains present. So that is the truth. Now it says the light has come. For the light is within you. When you get the understanding of who you are and whose you are, it's when you begin to get out the way of the shadows of illusions and allow your light to shine for all to see. Then you begin to see that in each and every person, regardless, irrespective of where they come from, what they believe in, what social economic status they may have or educational level they may subscribe to, that you're the same. That you too were created in the same image of the same Creator. There's no separation. And it says, I can but choose the light, for it has no alternative. Do you realize how hard we try to create an alternative to God's will? How hard we try to create an alternative to love, to peace, to freedom? We try so difficult, but it cannot sustain itself because it's not real. Because the light of God has replaced the darkness. And the darkness is gone as soon as we choose to see the light. Now, here are a few useful forms. Here are a few useful forms that we can use to set us up to, as we're going through our day. And we may be encountering some challenges of our current ideologies, our current thought processes, our current belief systems. Here are a few ways that we can really tap in to help us to turn the tide, to change how we see a thing. Let's start with the first one. It says, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. Do you realize the value and the power of your words? If you simply look at a thing that is not godly, if you simply look at a stress, a dis-ease, an ailment, if you look at a potential bill, if you look at the idea of poverty or homeless, and you say to it, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. You will then be the breath of life that circumstances and situation needs. And you will activate something within it that will change it and you. The second form that we can put, or specific application that we can apply in these moments, whether it's directly related to a person, place, or thing, we can simply proclaim that light in you is all that I would see, and then call it by its name. The light in you is all that I would see. You know, a perceived enemy, you say the light in you is all that I desire to see, all that I choose to see, all that I would see. Despite how you may show up in this moment, I'm choosing to see the light in you. I'm choosing to see God in you. I'm choosing to see your divinity, your true self, before you came into this existence, before you had your life experiences, before you became this shadow, before you became invested in shadows and illusions. I'm choosing to see the light in you. And thirdly, you can say, you can proclaim, I would see in this only what is there. Meaning what you're saying is I'm not buying into any illusions anymore. I don't care what you say. I don't care what your narrative is. I don't care what your motive is. I'm not buying into any motives anymore. I am only choosing to see what is only there. Or I only choose to see this thing as God sees it. God, how do you see this thing? Let me see it the way you see it. Let me see it in the space of non-judgment. Let me see it in the space of love. Let me see it in the space of peace. Let me see it in a space of selflessness in the way that you see it. Let me see it in the space of non-attachment so that I may have understanding. There's a passage that says, in all thy getting, get an understanding. In all thy getting, get an understanding. Now, the second reminder is one that I absolutely love. I love them all, but this one hit me in a special way this morning. And every time I revisit this one, it strikes me in a special way. It says, I am under no laws but God's. Just sit in that for a moment. I am under no laws but God. If you believe that, like the stream. If you believe that, put a 1 in the comments. I am under no laws but God's. If you want to release yourself from these ideas of these laws, these rules, these principles that have been to potentially diminish your value, or to make your life more difficult, simply say, I'm under no laws but God. And it reads, here is the perfect statement of my freedom. I am under no laws but God. I am under no laws but God's. I am constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them power over me. It says, I am constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them power over me. That means that I am relinquishing my power to something outside of myself. I am purposely enslaving myself to an idea, to a rule, to a narrative that someone else created that is not real. I am putting myself in handcuffs. I am throwing myself, incarcerating myself to something that is not real. Simply because I choose to forget, to not remember who reigns supreme and what my relationship is to God. It said, I am constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them power over me. I suffer only because of my belief in them. They have no real effect on me at all. I am perfectly free from all the effects of all laws, save God's. I am perfectly free of the effect of all laws, save God's. I am perfectly free of the effects of all laws, save God's. And his are the laws of freedom. His are the laws of freedom. Democracy is not freedom. Communism is not freedom. Socialism is not freedom. Imperialism is not freedom. Anarchy is not freedom. But God's laws are. Sharia laws are not freedom. God's laws are. Any law that is trying to limit your presence and prevent you from being your best and highest self, prevent you from being free indeed, is not God's law. I don't care what text, what premise, how long it's been written in a book, how long it's been part of society. It is not God's law. So in these instances, when you're challenged with an idea that is outside of God's laws, I want you to use one of these three ideas to support you on overcoming. You can simply say, my perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. When you see something that shows up, you're like, wait a minute, pause. My perception of this shows me that I believe in laws that do not exist. Now that gives you the opportunity. That gives you the opportunity to say, no, God's law is the only law that exists. I am under no law but God's. It gives you the opportunity to unpack that thing and remove it out of your experience. To discard it and reconnect and realign yourself with God's law. The second idea that you can help yourself along this journey is simply say, I see only the laws of God at work in this. So when something comes against you, when the perception of an enemy shows up, when things get challenging, when you get off kilter, say simply, I see only the law of God at work in this. Now you have freed yourself. You haven't, but we've done so much, we've piled so much, we've inherited so much, we've brought so much on us, we've gone and we subscribed to so much. Now it's going to take a minute to unsubscribe. It's going to take a moment to unsubscribe, but we just simply have to say, I see only the laws of God at work in this. When someone wants to take something from you, say, I see only the laws of God at work in this. When someone wants to challenge you, say, I see only the laws of God at work in this. When someone says, I'm separating myself from you, say, I see only the laws of God at work in this. I'm detached from it because I know the laws of God are for me. It provides me freedom, and I see only those laws at work in this. When you get a lower vibrational thought and you're thinking poverty, you're thinking lack, you're thinking disparity, you're thinking pain, dis-ease, ailments, say, I see only the laws of God at work in this. And once you do that, then you move to the space of saying, let me allow God's law to work in this and not my own. That's a statement of surrender. Let me allow God's law to work in this and not my own. When you're feeling stressed out, simply proclaim, let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. When you're having a family member that is out there and you're worried and concerned about them, and so let me see only God's law at work in this and not my own. This will give you the freedom to truly be the fullness of who you are, to be very present and to be in alignment with God's law. Because the reality is, there's only one problem. There's one problem that exists. There's an illusion. It looks like many different problems. It looks like this plethora of problems, but it's not. It's one singular problem. It's called separation. It's you separating from God's will, which is allowing you to see something outside of God's will, allowing you to create a narrative or illusions or a sense of fear, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real outside of God's will. Won't you today surrender the need to operate on your own, the need to make it about you, the need to walk alone, walk solo, to be detached? Won't you surrender that today? Won't you allow yourself to be in alignment, to reconnect with the truth of who you are, with that which created you in his image and likeness, with that which you have a soul contract with that which has created heaven, which promised you heaven on earth, with that which says, I alone know the plan that I have for you, plan to prosper you and not to harm you, plan to give you hope and a future. Won't you surrender to that space today? I challenge you to. I challenge you to. That concludes the reading of the day. Let us now move into the space of gratitude, the prayer of gratitude. Father, Mother, God, guardian angels, all that works together for our absolute best and highest good, we say thank you. We thank you for the reminder of who we are in you, as you, for you, and through you. We thank you for your grace being sufficient, your patience being endless, and for the understanding that we are enough, but most importantly, that you are enough. That as you are all powerful, omnipotent, all present, omnipresent, all knowing, omniscient, that you and you alone know the plan that you have for us. And that plan is to prosper us and not to harm us. And God, we thank you for that. We thank you that your laws are the only laws. So whenever we find ourselves in that space of doubt or concern, we thank you that we have the opportunity to remember. And we declare, we will remember going forward that your laws are the only laws, that we will understand that by remaining connected to your will, by surrendering to your way, by being in alignment as you have demonstrated in the planets, they will begin to see your perfect workings. That then and only then will we be able to see the wonderful reflection and extension of all that you are in us. Then and only then we'll begin to see our brothers and our sisters as our kinfolks, as an extension and reflection of you as well, and as of us going forward. Only then we will realize peace and freedom. We thank you for continuous being with us, and we just ask that these words become deeply rooted within us, become our new conviction, become our way of being, and they support us throughout our journey today and forevermore. We give thanks for this moment. We give thanks for this message. We give thanks for the avenue that this message has been presented. And we thank you that its message is able to penetrate beyond our borders. And that every ear may hear and every eye may see, and every heart may receive and be softened by your words. We give thanks. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Ashe-yo. So it is. Thank you guys for joining us another day. We pray that these words give you the courage that you need to reconnect. To reconnect and be that shining example, to be the light for the world to see. For God is depending on us. Depending on us to show up. Not because of our words, not because of the proclamation or understanding of the Bible or any other text, but simply because of our way of being. Because we've chosen to be an extension and reflection of heaven. We've chosen to be love without conditions. We've chosen to allow joy to replace pain. To allow peace to replace grievances. To allow freedom to replace confinement. So thank you. Thank you for agreeing to join us again. And tonight, well, as usual, we'll be here every morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, this time, but on the weekdays. On the weekends, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 hours later. So we thank you for taking a moment to continuously join us. And if we can be of any greater support to you, please let us know. It is our pleasure to stand in the gap and be that reflection and extension of God. However, the Spirit of God may lead. And tonight, don't forget, tonight is our conversation, our transformative conversation. Tonight's going to be a good one. We need to have an understanding. And remember in all thy getting, get an understanding. Tonight we're going to talk about the levels of consciousness and allow you to understand, to see where you are and make a decision if you're happy there. And also what the experience of being there means. We also will discuss the dimensions as well. So hope you tune in. And if you've missed any part of this broadcast, this live stream, feel free to go to YouTube and type in O.N.E Transformation Center, and you will see the morning manifestation sessions, transformative conversations, and the Transform My Life live streams as well. But we look forward to continuing to be with you. Also, don't forget to go to our social media spaces, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, in order to stay connected with us and to receive the updates and have the tools that will support you along your day. We're absolutely elated to be with you, continue to support you, stand with you as you support and stand with us. And if you'd like to make a donation, there's 2 ways to do so. Send it through Cash App at Samuel Crumby Jr. or go to Giveify, the app or the website Giveify, Givelfy, and type in O.N.E Transformation Center and put in any denomination that you feel led to. We're grateful because it all goes back into supporting this movement, to be able to be the light of God, to be the change we desire to see, to celebrate humanity, to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe. So, as we begin to close, I want to thank you, as always, Thank you as always for investing in your transformation. Until next time, continue to be the change you desire to see. I love you. Be great. Namaste. I see God in you.